In the currency quadrant today, euro was quite a bit lower. It only ended up being about 30 basis points lower, but the European composite PMI might have been the reason that it held up a little bit. The EU's composite PMI was the strongest in 3 months, came out at 51.9. It was expected at 51.4. It was a revision of the last number, but they had been so weak, as I mentioned, for the last 3 months, with predictions of an EU recession coming and the number itself being propped up by individual numbers in not just Germany, but in France as well, gave a little bit of a floor to the fourth session lower that we've seen for the euro in the futures and against the US dollar in the cash market. 4 of the last 5 sessions closed lower, with today being the weakest of those 4. Again, I mentioned down 30 basis points, not much of a move, but overall it's been about 1%. And the interesting part is February 28th was the one day that it didn't close lower and it closed unchanged. The end of the month for February, we got a new high for the last couple of days and then ended up closing unchanged, so it wasn't much of a push higher at all. So you can look at it as 5 pretty weak sessions consecutively. Now coming up, there's some pretty important data for the euro currency. The Eurozone has employment figures on the same day that the ECB has a rate decision. And that's Thursday of this week, and while there's no expected change in the rate, a lot of speculation has been that the ECB, the head of the ECB, Mario Draghi, in the news conference after the decision, will come out with quite a dovish stance to match the US and kind of match up the sort of currency policies and interest rate policies between the 2 major central banks that make these announcements.